Welcome everybody back to Rob's MetalWorks. We are here at the Hellfest. Yes, we've been waiting for this event for quite some time to welcome really a strategic lineup of Texas metal history in the making here this evening. Thank you, Kronic Productions, for bringing it to all of us here. And one of the bands that we were very excited to see, the legendary band from Austin. I have with me Mr. Mike Soliz and Robert Willingham from Militia. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Awesome, man. It's amazing. This has been something.
Welcome, Mike. It's great to see you, sir. You look fucking fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll add that you sound fantastic. We're going to talk more about that in a bit. And like I said off camera, I said I think this interview's been long overdue. You guys came back after, a long hiatus, really, like I mentioned earlier, being a part of the history of heavy metal in establishing heavy metal in the great state of Texas. You guys came back really in 2008. Talk a little bit about that. How did the reunion come to be? Who started it? How did it develop and snowball into where you are today?
Well, yeah, it's our drummer at the time, Philip Shea. It's his fault. No, kidding. It was him. What he ended up doing was he sold his Militia EP, the rare sibling EP, and he got a pretty decent amount for it.
I hear it goes for like $5,000, I think, online, right? Something like that?
Yeah, I still have mine, so, But also Rob started a MySpace when that was popular, MySpace.
Right.
And what was it, 2 weeks after that? Oliver Weisenheimer, Keep It True organizer, contacted Rob and said, hey, would Militia like to be part of, Keep It True? And we just kind of looked at each other, threw the idea around, and was like, well, if we have a year and change to practice, which we'll probably need, yeah, let's do it. So that's how that got started. And then while we were practicing for that, we were coming up with little riffs here, little riffs there, and we started piecing songs together. And then when we came back, we were like, looked at each other again, well, what do y'all want to do? We're like, well, we've got these new songs, let's just do a CD for us. Militia's never put out a full-length CD or album or anything. So let's just do a CD for us. And that's what we did, and we came out with Strength and Honor.
I want to talk about Strength and Honor as well. But when you talk about the reunion, when everybody started like really, after all these years, was everybody's heart kind of like really into it? How did you feel about all the, the great things that were happening for Militia? You're like, people are talking about us, people are paying a lot of money for us. Obviously, you guys maybe knowingly or unknowingly were part of something really, really special. So was everybody gung-ho and really wanting to go into the reunion of Militia?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were very, very excited, definitely to be called overseas, which is great, So we're like, Militia, because our fans, a lot of our fans in the early days were from Europe. Yeah. And so I'm guessing somehow that tied into why we ended up getting invited over there.
Right.
So we were pretty pumped about it, and we did some warm-up shows in Austin and San Antonio and stuff, and it went well. Yeah, we were all into it, and the crowds were just amazing.
Well, it was great to see you this evening. I mean, you guys haven't played in San Antonio for a few years. I think 2009 was the last couple shows that you did here. And I'll be really candid in saying that I'm glad that you guys came back and didn't just live off the nostalgia and the history of Militia. That you said, yes, we're still musicians. We can still write in this kind of music. So you guys came out with Strength and Honor. You guys played some of those songs tonight. They were killer. I love them. So when you think, Robert, about like the old Militia songs and then what you did on Strength and Honor, do you feel like there was a maturity there? Do you feel like it was just the next step? I mean, how do you feel about the new music that you guys wrote?
It just ended up being what it was. You go into it thinking, well, we're just going to pick up right where we left off, and just as if we never were gone. And then we started creating stuff, and we were going, I don't know, and we were just doubting ourselves. And then finally we just said, let's just write what we're writing, and let's just do it, and let what happens. And we would have never guessed that it would have came out like it did. It was totally not what we intended, but it was totally natural. We weren't all forcing stuff to be something. We weren't trying to fit in a mold. And you can't get around the fact that this was 20 years ago the last time we did anything, 23, 25 years ago. So it's going to be different. You can't help it. And so shoot, I know bands that do an album just within 1 year of each other, and they're different. You know, it happens. And so we said, okay, this is good. We're okay with it, and we're just glad people dig it.
So Strength and Honor came out in 2012. Where can people who are watching this interview around the world, where would be the best place for them to get that CD in their hands?
Rob might know that.
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Militia, Texas, all one word. And there's a merch tab on that page.
Great. So now, I mean, it's been out for almost, as we roll into 2014, coming upon 2 years now. Has the band discussed writing new music? Do you want to continue to put some new stuff out into the marketplace, or not yet?
I think what's happening right now, believe it or not, this is kind of almost the first time we've had a chance to really even push Strength and Honor, because of our original drummer who lived in Alabama, or still lives in Alabama. It was kind of hard to coordinate, him to come down here and start working on the music and stuff. So I ended up doing all the drum tracks on the album.
Smokes, I did not know that.
Yeah, because, we were thinking about, well, let's get another drummer, and we're like, we don't have time to teach somebody. I already wrote the stuff. That way it stays still an all-original Militia band. So it was going to be like that. I was going to do the drums and the vocals, and Phil was going to come and learn the stuff, and we were going to go and play shows wherever people wanted us, So, but it ended up being a little too hard for Phil to do that.
Right.
So we kind of parted ways, and not in a bad way. He's still our brother and our friend and stuff, and we still see him. But we ended up getting Mike Boteo, who was in another Texas band with you, called Assailant, and I think he fits right in. So right now, I think we're just kind of seeing, who wants us. We're just kind of looking at the watch, going, well. If anybody wants to have us play, just give us a call. You know how to get us. You know how to get a hold of us and stuff. So, really, that's where we're at right now. As for writing new stuff, I don't know. We haven't thought about that yet. Yeah.
Well, I hope obviously, when things roll out and play out for Strength and Honor, that you guys will continue to write new music. So tonight, you're here back in the Alamo City after 3 years, 4 years already. Great to have you back. Welcome to the Alamo City again. You guys played a lot of respect to the crowd tonight. There was a lot of love for Militia tonight upstairs. So talk a little bit about how you feel about San Antonio and the respect. Really, it's the love and the respect that you guys get from this city.
It's amazing. Every time we come to this city, the people are just so loving, and they just love Militia. And we're just kind of taken aback a little bit still, because we still think ourselves as some garage band. And people are just responding to it so well, and we're just like, San Antonio. When we think about ever playing again, first thing that comes to mind is San Antonio. We love this city. I love when we drive, when we come right in and we see the city, man, it melts my heart, man.
Well, Mike, we all love our heavy metal down here. You know that.
I know that.
And Militia is metal. So, I mean, great. You guys played a stellar set, part of the Hellfest through Kronic Productions. Simon's a great guy. He always puts on great events for the city. So I was really happy to see you guys on the lineup. How did you guys kind of get involved with Hellfest?
Well, he contacted us, and I'd never met Simon before, so I didn't know him. And he contacted us, and so we just kind of said, well, we love playing San Antonio, and so we just kind of told him what would make that work for us, and he said, well, that sounds like that'll work for him. So it was really easy. It just seemed like it was destined, as they say, and so I was like, all right, man. So we were looking forward to it.
Simon's a great guy because his heart's in the right place, and also the people who own this club, Bond 007, their heart's in the right place too. I mean, they all know about the tradition of heavy music in this city. But really, I have to say on camera, you guys were so freaking tight tonight. And Mike, I can't believe, really, as a veteran, that you can still sing the way that you can, bro. That's why I'm like, dude, do you work out every day? What the hell? I mean, you were up there like belting, really singing. I mean, these vocals that were like, I think you sound better than back in the day. I don't know.
So, every time before I step on stage, I just got to cross my fingers and see what comes out. And by the first minute or so, I'm going to know whether I'm just going to have to punk rock it or go ahead and scream. But you know what I mean, because at rehearsals sometimes I'm like, oh no, this is not going to work. This is what's going on here. I was worried about that yesterday. We played in Austin, and I was worried about that today. But I just went up there and just went for it, and that's what came out.
Sounds amazing, man. Sounds amazing. So for fans out there who want to keep up, fans around the world who will see this interview who want to keep up with Militia, where can they go? Where should they best go?
Best place is the Facebook page, facebook.com/Militia, Texas, all one word.
Y'all have a lot of like the old stuff. Y'all have the sibling so that fans can hear the sibling online anywhere, like on Reverb Nation anywhere?
Well, we do need to get it on there. I think it's on our CD Baby deal. We got the old stuff on, or the new stuff, and we need to get the old stuff on there now. So we got some work to do.
That's your history, man. I mean, that's why people love Militia and will continue to support you guys. Any last words? Anything I missed that you want to share with the fans out there around the world who will see this interview?
Just thank you for your support. Militia just enjoys playing for as many people as we possibly can. It's an honor to be playing for San Antonio fans as well. But we're looking forward to playing for the rest of you. Thank you.
How about you, Robert?
Man, San Antonio, man, is so special, and it always humbles us, never disappoints, and so we're just as grateful as can be. We're not even worthy. I mean, we just really appreciate you, San Antonio. Thank you a lot.
I anticipate that great things will continue to happen for Militia if you continue to just be out there in the marketplace. I mean, tonight on stage, Mike, you paid respects to Karion, Art Varial and those guys, and I don't know if you heard or not, but they got asked to do Keep It True this year too. Yeah. So I mean, when one of my guys, is Rob, talked to me a little bit about Militia, I said they are part of a cloth of legendary Texas metal in San Antonio, and it seems like all the bands who are part of that very special era are continuing to find success, and you guys are at the heart of that. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate your time this evening.
For having us.
Thank you, Robert, for helping me get you here in front of the camera. Remember, everyone out there, it doesn't get better than Texas metal, and you saw the band Militia right here on Rob's MetalWorks.